Please call the case.
Good afternoon, Your Honours. This is case number IT 9832/1PT, the prosecutor versus Sredoje, Lukić. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, we are here following an order made, or a decision rather, issued on the 1st of February in relation to amendment of the indictment, as a result of which it's recognised that there are new charges in the indictment that the accused now faces, and in the same decision this appearance was scheduled to give him the opportunity to tender pleas now to the indictment as amended. May I first of all take the appearances for the parties for the prosecution?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mark Harmon and Fergal Gaynor appearing for the prosecution. Liselott Carlson is the case manager.
Thank you, Mr. Harmon. And for the accused.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm Juro Čepić, defense counsel for Mr. Sredoje Lukić.
Thank you, Mr. Čepić.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, the amendment to the indictment is fairly clear, but because of the way in which parts of it are worded, there are complexities which I think can only be adequately dealt with if Mr. Lukić tenders pleas afresh to every charge on which he is indicted.
So, Your Honor, I think that he is ready to...
Yes, so what I propose to do, though, is in due course invite the
Thank you.
court deputy to go through each of the charges in a very summarized form and to ask the accused whether he pleads guilty or not guilty, and that form will cover every one of the charges on which he appears for the avoidance of any doubt about what his position might be. Now, do you accept that that's the appropriate course to follow?
Yes, Your Honor.
It is obviously his right, if he wishes, to have the whole indictment read out publicly here. Do you wish to do that, or are you happy to take the indictment as read and to consent to proceeding straight to a summary of each charge and the tendering of a plea?
Your Honor, I think that is second option. I think that second option is much better and much easier for all of us, because my client has got already indictment, second amended indictment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Čepić. Now, would the registrar just read the specific element in respect of each count and invite the accused to tender his plea, in other words, to ask him whether he pleads guilty or not guilty. Mr. Lukić, could you stand, please? Each of the charges will be read to you in a summarized form, and you will be asked whether you plead guilty or not guilty, and you should respond to that question each time it is put to you. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Carry on, please.
Count 1. Persecution, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 8. Extermination, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 9. Murder, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 10. Murder, a violation of the laws or customs of war. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 11. Inhumane acts, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 12. Cruel treatment, a violation of the laws or customs of war. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
extermination, a crime against humanity. Count 13, do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 14, murder, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 15, murder, a violation of the laws or customs of war. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 16, inhumane acts, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 17, cruel treatment, a violation of the laws or customs of war. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 20, inhumane acts, a crime against humanity. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Count 21, cruel treatment, a violation of the laws or customs of war. Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Lukić. You may be seated. In light of these pleas, the registrar will appoint a trial diet in due course. The other consequences of the amendment of the indictment are dealt with in the decision which was filed on the 1st of February. That brings the proceedings here this afternoon to an end. Mr. Lukić, you will meanwhile remain in the custody of the tribunal. This hearing is now adjourned.
All right, we will